Hello guys. So before we start working with this product from this interface, the first thing we are going to do is define the models of these products, essentially whatever we want to render on this interface, so that we can define what fields we want to display and what we want to work with, essentially what we want to work with when we're dealing with these products. So for instance, this product is a shoe product, and what we're going to do is define what fields do we want to show when we are rendering this shoe. In this case, for example, I would want us to show the category related to the shoe, also the title of the shoe, also the current price of the shoe and the previous price of the shoe, and additional fields, for instance, a description of the shoe. So that is what we are going to do essentially. Another category is something like, no, another model is something like a category. The category associated with that product we want to render, and also maybe something like orders. When a user clicks, when a user adds that product, how do you want us to render that product? What fields do you want us to work with? When a user is checking out, what kind of fields do you want to display to the user, and things like that. So to get started, I'm just going to go to my code editor. And to make this work easier, what I did is I created these models. It's very easy. I'm going to show you how I did it step by step. I figured it would be easier, and also to show some of these fields the way I created it. It would have been difficult if I kind of just coded and shown on the application at the same time. So I kind of just created them, though I'm going to explain line by line on how everything spans out after we create these models. So the first model, like I said, we're going to work with is model category. Then what I want to do with this, so just create class category, like just the way I've created it, and then from models, import, we want to use model. And then what we want to do is we want to define what kind of fields do we want to display when dealing with category. Of course, the first field is the category ID, because now this category ID, we are going to use it as a foreign key when dealing with products. When we are associating a product with a category, we are going to associate it with this category ID. So the first field should be category ID. I wrote it as CID, and then I said is equals to. Then here I'm using short UUID fields. Now, short UID fields helps kind of generate those strings used when defining a particular category. So to use short UID fields, the only thing you're going to do is go to your terminal and then type your terminal and then say pip install. I will attach all these commands on the description, so no need to worry. Also, if you want this code, it's attached on the description in case you want to follow along on, or in case you miss anything. So just say pip install. It's pip install. Sorry, Django. No, I think it's, yeah, short UUID, like that. Django short UUID, or just Google Django short UUID, like that. This short UUID. Just copy this command, pip install short UUID, and then paste it on your terminal like this, Django short UUID. Then install it. It's very easy. Once you have installed it, then on top on the models, just say type this command from short UUID dot Django fields. Make sure you import short UUID. Very simple. Then now continue when defining these fields. Just say short UUID, then bracket. Then we want to define various fields. The first field we want to define is unique. We want this ID to be unique. That's why we're setting unique is equals to true. Then we define the length a possible length of our ID. We're setting that length to 10, and also we define a max length. It's not a must to define this, but I like defining it. We define a max length. Uh, how long would we want this ID to have the longest? I'm setting it to 20 characters. Then I set a prefix. Let me just scroll this and cross this. I set a prefix. I say every ID should start with the prefix CAT. That is, I don't want to say cat, but it's CAT, representing category. And then I also want to say I want to say the alphabet. What kind of alphabet do I want us to use when defining this category ID? I set it to A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very easy. It's very easy to implement. Then another category I want to include is a title. Another field I want to include is the title of that category. In this case, a title can be something like, these are titles. Sneakers is a title. Sandals and slippers is a title. Loafers, formal shoes and boots. That's essentially what we're defining. And we are using cal field. So it's models.cal field. Then we set a max length of that title. I have set it to 100 characters. And then I've also provided a default title. In this case, the default, I'm setting it to the name sneakers. You can set any name, but just stick to what I'm doing, so that you don't get any errors. Another thing I'm defining is the image. I also want to have an image on that category, and then I'm using the field image field. So just the image is equals to models.image field. Then we define where do we want to upload this image. When you're uploading it from our admin, we want to upload it to category. Then I also set a default image, and I'm calling this image category field. You have to set this, or else you will get an error when making migrations on the app. Then next, it's simple classes like a class meta. We're saying I'm setting a verbose plural. The plural name of category, I'm setting it to categories, in case we have multiple categories and it's showing on the admin. Another thing I'm defining is I'm defining a function called category images that essentially I define how I want to display my image. In this case, I'm saying all image source. I want to get the image from all sources. Then I'm also defining the parameters on how wide and large is this image going to be when it's being displayed on the admin page. And then I'm setting it to 50 width and height 50. Then I'm also then this one, essentially we're going to use this one when calling this image from our HTML. So don't worry about this one for now, but make sure you implement it exactly like I've implemented here, or else you get an error. It's fairly easy. Then the last thing I'm defining here is it's what I want to display on the admin. In this case, I'm saying I want to display the title of that category. When I'm providing an example, it will be easier to follow on this, and you'll see how easy it is to implement. Yeah, that's it for now. Then the next model I created was the model product. Of course, we need a model product to define all the fields associated with this product. The first field I defined was the product ID. Of course, we need an ID to identify that product uniquely. So, like before on class category, I'm using short UUID. So I say short UUID, the same fields, unique is equals to true, length 10, max length 20. Then a prefix, I want my product to start with the prefix PLD. It's not actually a must to set the prefix, but I kind of like setting it. Then I'm also defining the alphabet I want us to use. In this case is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then the next field I'm defining is a user. In this case, I'm saying this user is a foreign key because I'm getting the user from the model user authentication. You remember the user authentication we created? Let me just show you quickly. This is the model we're calling. We're getting this model as a foreign key. And also remember to import user like the way I did here from user auth.model. We import user. Now, if you haven't created a user, you can leave that field. But if you have the user, if you have a user, you ought to define the user, because now what we are saying, what we want is we want to associate that product the user is adding to their cart, that one product, we want to associate it with that user who is doing the shopping. We don't want, if it's multiple users shopping at the same time, we kind of want to differentiate which user is placing which product and in which cart. That's why we're defining it. So essentially we're saying user is equals to models, then we're using foreign key, then I call the user model. Then I'm also defining additional fields. I'm saying if a user is deleted, what I want is I want to set this product to null. Then I'm also saying null is equals to true, meaning that it's not a must a product to be associated with a user. If it's empty, a user can still add that product to cart. It's very simple. Then something else I'm also calling on this class product is category. Category, it's what we defined here above. I want to define category. I want to say a product should be associated with a category. So essentially here what I'm saying is category is equals to models dot many to many fields, then associated with the category, and then I also define a related name. The reason why I'm using many to many fields, it's because like I said before, let me give you an example like this. No, let's not use that shoe, let's use a sneaker. Let's say this sneaker, you see this is a product called drip custom nick air force one, and it's of category sneakers. But now you see this sneaker can have multiple categories. For example, the sneaker can be in category men, it can also be on category women, and they can also be on category sneaker. So it's that one product can have multiple categories. That's why I'm defining, I'm using many to many fields. One product can be associated with many categories. And then many to many categories. The class, the model I'm calling is category. Then I set the related names. Fairly simple. The next thing I'm defining is the title of that product, like that sneaker title. That's the category. That's the title. I'm saying Carl Field, Max Lender, Adrian. Then I define a default name. In this case, I'm defining it as sneaker god. Then I also want an image of that category. I'm using image field. Then I'm uploading to user directory path. I'm going to explain this in a minute. It's quite simple, but I'm going to explain it. Then I'm also setting a default to product.jpg. Then I'm also defining a description field. If you want to describe that field, how do you want to do it? And then I'm using an editor called SKE editor field. You don't have to use this editor, but I kind of find it's fairly simple. I'm going to guide you through the installation of this editor. It's very easy to install and use. And then, so now if, let's say, assume you don't want to use this editor, you can just use a text field instead. Now, suppose we're using a text field, you can see a kind of commented on this. We would say modest.text field, that text field to write whatever you want to write. Then you define a max length. Then you also set a null is equals to true and a blank is equals to true. But since we're using a SKE editor field, I'm going to show you how I did the installation. So the first thing you're going to do is, if you want to use the SKE editor field, just go to your browser and search for this one, Django SKE editor 5. Remember, it's SKE editor 5. And then when you open this link, Django SKE editor 5, it's this link. Then follow the instruction on installation. Just copy pip install Django SKE editor 5, copy it, go to your terminal, paste it, enter, it will be installed. Then after installation, go to settings.py, we add it as an app. We go to apps, it's installed apps, you add it as an app. Everything has been described here on project description. You see, you do the installation, then installed apps. You go to installed apps, you add it as an app. Then on settings.py, make sure you copy this. If you haven't defined this already, we had already defined this on settings.py. Copy this essentially, copy all this code, this one up to here, and then paste it on your settings.py. I already did this. Let me show you. You see, custom color palettes, SKEditor 5 configurations, like that. Then go to your url.py. This is the main url.py, the one on your project. This URL, add this path, this SKEditor 5 path, you add it to your URL, like described here, this path. And also, if you haven't defined the static settings, media, and document root setting, make sure you add it. But we had already defined this. Yeah. When we set this condition, if settings.debug, this video is the first video. You can see, if you want to rewatch this on how we did this, you can click on the link above. It will redirect you to that. It's very simple. Then we are told, then in your urls.py, include a custom upload URL, this path, but I don't like using this path. So the best way I want to do this is on your settings.py, create an SKE upload path. Just type like this, SKE editor upload path, and then we set it to uploads. Like this, it's very simple. It's the same as this one. That's it. And then now we can use SKE editor in our model. I will show you how beautiful it is. Now, if you find that process like kind of tiresome, just stick to text field. You don't need to do any installation. Just call the field models.text field. It will be good. That's why I kind of made this comment. This comment, if you want to use it, just uncomment it, and then uncomment it, and then comment this above, and then you just use the text field. But I kind of like using this SKE editor. It provides those additional fields. And also on your settings.py, if you realized we have all these fields, you can do any customization you want to fit whatever, to fit anything you want to add. But I would kind of just like to stick to the custom provided fields. It's very easy to use. Then let's look at the next field I defined. Also on class product, we also want the price. Essentially, the price, it's this. The price of the product. Price, I've defined it as the current price. I've also defined the old price, this old price, to show the user the changes in price. It also kind of helps to show whether a product is on discount or not. Current price, old price, and then there's a strike on old price. And then on these two fields, what you're saying is, from models, we want to use the field decimal field, because I'm using decimal field because it can be like 10.99, 11.99. Then we are setting a max digit of 5 characters. And then decimal places, I only want 2 decimal places. And then on the price, current price, I'm setting a default of 10.99. And then on the old price, I'm also setting a default of 20.99. Very simple, very straightforward. Then another field I'm defining is a specification of that shoe. Maybe you may want to specify, you may want to add any additional details you like to specify. When selling something to the user, you can also use this field, though it's not like required, but I just set it. Then I'm also setting a stock count. Stock count, it's how many products do we have in our system. You can define it. I'm also defining product status. Then I'm saying modest.cal field. Then I'm creating a unique field called choices. In this choice, I'm creating a status. Then these status are like a product can have status like it can either be on draft, the product can be disabled, the product can be in review, or even the product can be maybe published, that status. It's very simple. And then I'm setting a max length, defining a max length of that status to 50 characters. As you saw those status above, I think none of the status has any characters more than 50. And I'm also setting the default. The default status of a product should be published. Uh, then I'm also defining an SKU. An SKU, it's like, well, let's say I want to track that product. I would like to define an SKU so that it can be easy for me to track that product. That's why I like defining it. And then I'm saying, I'm also using short UID field. This SKU, I'm setting it to be unique. Unique is equals to true. Then I'm setting the length to be 10. The max length, I'm also setting the prefix like we did above. Then I'm also setting a tag, any tag related to this product. For example, let's say I use it searching for a sneaker. Associated tags related to the sneaker may be like a white sneaker, maybe a black sneaker shoe, and all those tags that we use when we're searching for a particular product. I want us to define this also. So essentially that's it for the class product. And then I'm also adding these extra fields, like class meta, the plural of products should be products. Then I'm also defining a product image, like we defined area. Then I'm also saying all images. I'm also defining the width and the height, and I'm also passing this parameter self image.url. This URL is the one we are going to use when we're calling this image from our HTML files. And then I'm also defining string. I'm returning title. And then something else I added is a bonus. It's like a get percentage. I would like to show the user, for example, this is what I'm defining, get percentage, like negative 14% or 14%. What percentage change we have on a product when we are comparing the old price and the new price. Like this. So define get percentage. Then I'm setting a new price is equals to self dot price. Price is the current price. We divide by the old price, and then we multiply by 100 to get the percentage, and then we return the new price. Very simple, very straightforward. Yeah, that's it for that field. Then another field I defined is a class product image. Now this product image may be a little bit confusing, but let me explain it. On this above, on this class, also something else I think I failed to explain. It's this status, or status I've explained. Yeah, status. Okay, so it's class product image. This one, if you look on this class above, we only defining one image. Image is equals to models.image field. This is a one image related to this product. That is the image of this one product. Now this class product images, I'm defining any other images related to this product. For example, when I click this product, you will see when we getting the details of this product, you will see that it has multiple images associated with it. We want to define a class to hold all those images. That's why I'm defining it. So I defined class product images, the same models. On this class, the fields I want to get is the images, then the product, the associated product with this image, and then the date in which this image, the date of this image. And then I'm also defining a class variables name. It's very simple. So like product, it's model.foreign key. I'm getting it from the product. Then the data name, it's p images. Then I'm saying on delete is equals to models. We set it to null, and then we also set null is equals to true. Date, I'm using auto now add by using the datetime field. Very simple. Then the next class we defined was was class cut order. This cut order, it represent an order that has been made by a user, and we providing various fields to this class. For example, the user, the price, the status of it, also the order date, and also the product status, and also I'm also adding an SKU. So essentially, what I'm saying, in this order, the user is the foreign key. This user is the foreign key that is linking to the user model, which is representing the user who made the order. And then we have the price. The price is like a decimal field, which is representing the total price of that order. Then we have a payment status, which I'm calling it as a Boolean field, indicating whether the order has been paid or not. If it's ticked, it means the order has been paid. By default, it's supposed to be false, not paid. And this field can also be null, and it can also be blank. Also an order date. Order date, it's a datetime field, which automatically records like the date and the time when the order was created. Then we have a product status. It's a cal field, like you can see, it's a cal field. A cal field representing the status of the order. This status can be, the order can be in processing, the order can be shipped, or the order can be delivered. These status choices, I've also defined it here on top, like the way I define the status choices. It can be processing, shipped, or delivered. And then I'm also adding an SKU. Yes, this SKU, essentially the stock keeping unit for the order to track. It helps to easily to track that order. Then we're defining another class. We're calling this class cart order products. This cart order products, it's a class that represents the individual products within a specific order. Yes, and then and then on this class we have various fields. For example, the order, we have an invoice number. Like an invoice number, it's a cal field. I'm also setting a maximum of 200. Like the invoice number associated with this product of the order. Then I'm also defining a product status, to check the status of this order. Then I'm also item. For the item, this item is the name of that item, image related to that product, quantity, number of items in that, in that order. And then we have a total, it's the total price of the quantity of the product order. Then I'm also defining these extra fields like I did before. We have meta, the plural name of cart order products. I'm setting it to cart order items. Very simple. And also the order image, like I described above, I'm using maxif. Oh, also remember to import maxif. I don't know whether I stated this. Import maxif, like I did here from django.utils.html. You import maxif. Then after that, it helps us define the characteristics we want to define on this image. For example, the width height, and also the field we're going to use when calling this image from the HTML. I think the only thing remaining for me to explain is on this model. It's this field. I never explained it. This user directory path. Why I define it like this? So this user directory path, I defined it here on top. You can see define user directory path. Then I'm passing two fields, an instance and a file name. Then I'm returning the user, and then dot format. How do I want to format this image? It's user ID, then the file name. So essentially, this user directory path, this is kind of a function in Django, which is callable, used for defining like dynamic files, upload path for the image field in the Django models. And as you can see, this function, it takes two parameters like an instance and a file name, and then it returns like a string. You see, it returns a string that specifies, this string essentially specifies the upload path. Maybe I can give an example. For example, now if an upload path can be something like uh, maybe user1, like that, then slash the name of that image you want. I find it easier. Also, it helps in organizing upload. Let me just delete this. It helps in organizing like maybe uploaded files by users, making it easier to manage and retrieve user specific files. Yeah, so that's it. I don't think there's anything, any additional thing we have to add. Also, I think there's an addition like these tags. I remember here I said they also defined tags. Yeah, tags. Make sure, and you can see I'm using Taggable Manager. Make sure you install Tagit, and then you call tag. I think like I defined it here above. You import Taggable Manager. To do this, just go to. I forgot to tell you this. Just Google Django Tagit. This command, just copy it. Go to your terminal, paste it, or just follow these simple instructions as shown here. Then remember to add tags to custom apps. Like this, target installed apps. Make sure you add target to the installed apps. That's it. Yeah, that's it. And then the next thing we are going to do is register these models of ours to admin.py so that we can be able to see what we have created. Also, something else, remember to make migrations. So after creating these models, just go to your terminal and then type Python manage.py, make migrations like this. I know you know this if you've been doing Django. Then Python manage.py, you migrate to make sure everything works correctly. If you get an error, please make sure you ask me on the comment or just send me an email. I will guide you through it. If you did not understand anything I said on the models, also please just send me an email or just call me. I'm going to guide you through. Then next, like I said, next we are going to register these models. So just go to admin.py. Then the first thing we're going to do is import all your models, like from shoes.models. I'm importing category, all these models you have created, category, product, cut order products, and then the product image model. Then then after that, make sure you register them. Admin.site.register all of them, product, category, cut order, and cut order products. Before you start creating these classes, the reason why I create these classes is to kind of have a control on what you decide to show on the admin. It's also very easy to do like some customizations instead of just clicking on a field and then doing customization there. It's like when we're dealing with category and products. So like let me show you. The first class I created is category admin, and then from this category admin, I'm saying admin.model admin. From admin, I'm using model admin, and then I'm saying list display. What I want to display is the title and the category image. I'm going to show you this after we start adding our models from our admin. It will be easier to see it. So just create like this display title and then the category image. This title and category image, it's this. List display, we want to display the title and the image of this category. Then let's go to Also, these other fields is the same. Class cat order admin, model admin dot model admin. Also remember, when you create these classes, make sure to associate them with the correct model, like this class category admin. You can say admin dot site dot register. I'm registering category, and then on this category I'm also registering category admin. The same with cat order admin, admin dot models. List editable. List editable means which field do I want to edit easily from the admin. I'm going to show you that. The fields I want to edit, it's the paid status, the product status, and the SKU. Also, list display. What do I want to display when we are showing the cart order admin? I want to show the user associated with this cart order, the price, the status, whether it's paid or not, the order date, when it was ordered, product status, shipped or not shipped, and also the SKU. Cart order product admin, what I want to do here is I want to display the order that the user has made, the invoice number so that I can be able to track that order correctly, the item that the user has purchased, an image of that item, the quantity, very simple, the price, and also the total. And also remember, cut order product admin to associate it with the correct field. Cut order product, cut order product admin, cut order admin. I think the a little bit complex field is the product admin. That's why I've kind of finished with it. Let me explain it. In this class product admin, the first class I defined was the class product image admin, if you have noticed. And then from admin, I'm using tabular inline. And then I'm associating this class with the model product images, the one we created here, defining the images. And then what we are saying is we want to pass this class as an inline in this product admin. If you see this, here I'm saying, here I'm defining class product admin, then inlines is equals to product admin is equals to product image admin, this class. I'm going to show you when I'm doing an example to be easier to understand by it, but it's really very simple. Then, as you remember, I said one product can have multiple categories. So here I define a small function to kind of make sure that that comes to pass. So essentially here what we are saying is we are defining a function called get categories, and then we passing self and an object, and then we returning an empty string with a comma, and then we joining the category title, the title associated with that category for that product, and then we looping through the category to get the object, to get that one object from the category. And also we are defining the column name. In this case, we are saying get category dot short description. We are calling it categories. It's like really very simple. And then I'm also defining the list display. What do I want to show from the product admin? I want to show the user who associated with that product, title, product image, price, then the get categories, then the product status, and then the product ID. You can edit any of these fields. You can choose to include whatever you want to include, but me, essentially, this is what I chose to include. Then list editables. What would I want to customize from the admin? I'm saying I want to customize the title, the price, and the product status. Now that's done. Let's do this by example. I think it's easier to explain it with example. I will run my server. Server is running. Let me refresh. Correct. You see here, we sync this because we registered the models on the admin. So from shoes up, we can see cart order items, categories, and products. These fields are these ones. Are these fields? These fields here we defined product, category, cart order products. We will start by creating a category. Let me just click on categories. You see the categories are empty, just add category. You can see category ID, it's being generated automatically. The title of the category, this is the default title. Category ID, let me show you from the code. This is the category ID. We're using short UUID field. Here we said unique, it should be true. You also said the length that should be 10. You also provided the prefix CAT, and then you also provided the alphabet. We are going to shuffle through to come up with this unique category ID. You can see it's unique. Also the title, we can edit this to one the title we want to add, but the default title of this category, if we don't provide it, we set it to sneakers. You can see sneakers. Then image, I'm just going to choose an image. Let me just choose an image. That's an image. Then I save and add another. Let me add two categories. A unique category ID has been generated. We can call this men's. Choose image. Choose an image you have, then save. You can see now I want to show you something here on admin.py. Remember we defined a class category admin, and then we said list display. List display, what do you want to show on the admin? We said title and the category image. We're showing the title and the category image. You can see the title of that category and the image associated with that category. Very simple. Then let's go to products so that we can create our first product. Add product. Product ID, it's being generated automatically. And it's starting with the prefix PID. These are the fields we defined. Also here you can see user associated with this product. So you just choose. Though this one will be created automatically, but for now, let me associate it with this user. Like that. Then category, you can see I'm given the option of choosing multiple categories. So I'm just gonna click sneakers, and I'm also gonna select men. So this product will have you can see the title. Okay, let's leave this title to sneaker gold. Sneaker gold is a shoe, it's a men's shoe, and it's also a sneaker, so it's associated with multiple categories. Also, something else you should notice is the product images. This product images, it's this class we defined here. Let me show you quickly. This product image, the product, and the date. The image and the product, we are going to earn the product. It's also going to show the date. Also, remember we said it's supposed to be an inline. You see it's in on the product. Like we defined here, class product image admin. Then I'm saying admin.tabular inline. This tabular inline, I want to use the model product images. Then on class product admin, we said we want inlines. Whatever inline we wanted this class product image admin. That is what they means here. Very simple. I'm going to leave the name as sneaker gold as the default. Then I'm going to choose an image. I'm just going to go to sneakers, sneaker gold, choose one of these images, image 2, like that. Then description, I can come up with a simple description. Or I can use chatgpt. Let me just tell it, I'm creating an e-commerce website. For every product name I provide, come up with hypotheticals of description, new price, code price, specification, and final field. I also want tags. So product 1 is sneaker gold. If you have an e-commerce shop, you can just define this. It's very easy. But if you just want these custom generated fields, description, like description, just use ChatGPT. I'm just going to copy this to make my work easier. Then I paste it. Also notice something. We're using the SKE editor. Look at the addition of fields we have. Like I can set something to bold, like this, set it to bold. You see, it's very easy to deal with. I can customize some of these fields, but we have them as default. Very easy. So like price, I can just stick to this word, these custom prices, 10 and 20.99. Specification, I can just use the specification. Or I can just use these new prices, 120 to 150. Specifications, I'm just going to copy this. Like that. Let's set this to 150. No, this is 120 because it's the new price, and this is 150. Remember, these are hypotheticals. And then the product status, by default, it's published. We can also change this. I'm going to show you how to deal with this when we are displaying, when we are writing our first function on the views. It's very easy to interact with. Then we're also getting a unique SKU. Then I'm also going to define our tags, a comma separated list of tags. So I'm just going to copy this. These are some of the tags associated with this shoe: sneakers, gold sneakers, fashion footwear, casual wear, comfort shoes, trending, stylish sneakers, luxury footwear. They are very, very generic but true. Paste it like that. Then I separate them with commas. like that, very simple. Then something else I can add is these product images. Let me just choose. Now these are the other images associated with the issue, so it's image 2, image 3, and image 1, like that. Everything looks okay. Then I just save, like that. You can see, very simple. Then let me show you something also. On the admin, we said on the product admin, list display, what do you want to display? We want to display the user associated with this product. This is the user. I'm getting the user by the email. The title, title is the code. Title, product image, price, category, product status, and product ID. Very simple, as shown here. Title, product image, price, categories. Categories, the categories of the issue, status, and the ID. Also something else on this field, I said the on product admin class, I also defined list editables. What can we edit on the admin? I say title, price, and product status. Essentially, when we're dealing with such an admin, in most cases we kind of just click on the issue, then we go to the so I can just edit here. If I want to edit the title, I just edit here. If I want to edit the current price, I'll just come here and edit. If let's say it's 130, say 130, like that. Edit to 130, then I save. You see, it updates automatically instead of just clicking it and then going to do the customization on those like more views. I don't like them. It's very easy, and it's very easy to implement, like that. I think that's it for this tutorial. We have learned a lot. We have learned how to create the models. We have added our first product, our first categories. These two fields, we're going to see them once we start adding the product to the cart orders and checking out. We're going to do that later. And I think that's it for this video. On the next video, what we're going to do next is to display now what we added here to this dashboard. Currently, we are rendering these products like from HTML. Let me show you quickly. We're showing those products from this HTML directory. Next, what we are going to do is we are going to loop through the products. That is, now every time the admin, in this case the individual owning the site, post adds a product, it will be added automatically. You really don't have to add the product using the like like this, like you defining the boots, the name, and then the price. It's no, that's not how Django works. So that is what we're going to deal with next, and that's it. And thank you for watching this tutorial. Thank you.